Hey, Hellbox, thanks, man. Did you read about, like, those book summaries? Yikes, that's really bad. Why is this guy so fucking... Ugh! Yeah, I know, that's the worst part. But I don't know if I would've... how many bombs I would've had left. I don't know. You need 2 left over? I'm not sure if I would've still had 2 after all that. Did more research on Final Fantasy V today, and figured out how to make the final boss consistent. So that's a big relief. I was worried that there would be like a chance that he could kill you, albeit a small chance. But now I think it's extremely almost non-existent chance, I think. The way it works is you have a class called Bard, and the bards sing a song which causes your speed to like slowly trickle up. And the boss has 2 phases. Like the first phase, he can't hurt you, but the second phase, he can. So you need to make sure that in his second phase, he doesn't get a single turn in. And so the trick to that is you just kind of have to wait a little bit in the first phase. Like, take your time. Don't rush through the first phase. In certain cases, you have to wait a little bit longer, but you can tell when you have to wait a little bit longer. And if you do that, your agility will go up high enough to not take any damage from the boss. Oh shit, if I don't get a bomb drop from the manhandler coming up, I will not be able to continue. Actually, I'll still check bombs on the overworld real quick, but this guy needs to drop bombs. Okay, good. Yeah, if I were you, I would listen to every single book I mentioned. Ideally, because they're all very good. Well, I can't say for sure with the Lightbringer because I didn't finish it, but the other 3 I mentioned, they're all like worth it in my opinion. Yeah, I really just like Alex Virus's character. Like, he's a lot less of like a goody two shoe than Dresden is, but he's not like a bad guy either. So it's like, you don't have to worry about, like, not wanting to cheer for him or anything. Like, he doesn't, like... He doesn't struggle with his conscience all the time like Harry does. Or rather, he feels bad when he has to hurt other people, but like he doesn't prefer to hurt other people, but he does not hesitate. If like it's him or them, like he's gonna save himself. And that's kind of cool to see. Oh, how do I have 8 bombs still? It doesn't usually happen. I kind of like just like the Britishness of Alex Virus for some reason. Like, the narrator's voice is just funny. It gives him a lot of character to me. Narrator for the Inheritance of Magic, I wouldn't say is as good. But since Inheritance of Magic is newer, the author has more skill, I would say. Not that I'm a good judge of author's skill, but like he's obviously better than he was at the beginning. But yeah, you won't like it as much as Jam from our Streets, that's for sure. But like, all I'll say is that the British accent gives the main character a sort of a more unique character. Like it, I don't know, like I can picture him in my head really well based on how he sounds, I guess. Yeah, Inheritance of Magic is the first book is really good. It was super promising. I would say the second two weren't quite as good as the first one. I guess because part of what makes the first one so good is like there's a lot of mysteries that need to get solved at first, and a lot of those mysteries are solved in the first book. So like the second two are a little less mysterious, I guess. But I don't think, like, in all of writing, I have never found a bad guy that I hate more than the villain of the first Inheritance of Magic book. Like, they're so fucking evil and loathsome. Which makes it good, I think. Hate is in, like... Yeah, it's like, I don't think they're bad. They're good characters, like, as in they're well written. But, like, you will absolutely hate this character. So much. And that's part of what made it good, is... You really want to see that character have something bad happen to them. And yeah, it's very easy to cheer for the hero of Inheritance of Magic because, like, he really seems like just like a very innocent dude. Like, a very relatable younger guy who, like, really just finds himself in a really shitty position. Whereas Virus, like, a lot of his problems come down to, like, his backstory that occurs before the books start. Right. It's also just really cool to see a book from like a future seeing perspective, like a guy you can see in the future. And it's hard to write something like that well because you run into like it'd be very easy for a character to become too overpowered by seeing in the future, and like nothing will ever surprise them. Therefore, the reader is never surprised. But that's not the case here. Like, it's written well enough and with enough like rules and limitations on his abilities that it feels fair, basically. Like, it's just the right amount of OP of an ability to make it really interesting without it feeling like he outmatches everybody. Pretty much in the first like 2 minutes, like you'll kind of see the limitations of his power. Anyway, it's pretty well illustrated. That like, I don't want to explain it too much. I'll let the book speak for itself. And yeah, the James Butcher's books, like, he clearly has a big style difference from his dad, which is good. So you don't want just like a Jim Butcher clone. This guy did a lot of his learning from Brandon Sanderson, actually. He studied him more than his own father. In fact, James says he hasn't even read the Dresden Files, believe it or not. So it's not like it's super influenced by the Dresden Files or anything. Wow, you guys are really not going to go towards that bomb at all? It's kind of crazy to me, like, how can you have, like, a famous dad and not have any interest in, like, the work that made them famous? Yeah, I guess, yeah, he has to step out of his dad's shadow. But, I mean, it's hard to remove the bias completely, but I'm pretty certain that if you just didn't tell me who the author was and said, read this book, I would still think it's quite good. Like all three of the books that he's written so far have endings that are like, whoa, what the fuck? I did not see that coming, kind of thing. It's like really compelling, exciting. Main character is another one of those like extremely kind of innocent characters in a bad situation that they shouldn't have to be in, but they are anyway. So like there's no, I don't know. And then there's sort of a second main character. I guess he's like not quite the main character, but he's like, he reminds me of Piccolo, and the main character is Gohan, basically. That's kind of the relationship they have. And Piccolo is hilarious with how fucking, like, grouchy he is. Dude. Keep having problems getting into the pause menu fast enough because my start button doesn't always click. And yeah, Lightbringer I can't remark on as much because it's still very new to me. Pretty sure it also has a British narrator. It's kind of crazy that I can't even like remember if it is. It's like, I don't know, I've heard so many British people talk for long periods of time at this point that like sometimes I can't really tell if there's an accent there anymore. Really weird. But yeah, I think the narrator for Lightbringer is British. So he's got, yeah, the main character's got like a really like kind of royalty kind of sound to him. Which he kind of is. Yeah, same. It's very inspiring to find good literature because we all have ideas in our head, that creative ideas that we just want to share with the world. And I did that through the RPG I made. That story wouldn't have been as good as like in a novel form because it's kind of lacking in the amount of depth that a novel requires, but it's good for the medium of RPG. I really like this run so far. I'm somewhat attached to it. It's not like it's way ahead or anything, but like everything just feels like it's going right. Like it's just kind of smooth overall, I would say. Even if it doesn't PB, like I hope it just stays smooth. Could definitely be another 39 incoming. Look at that. 80 rupees, man. That's spot on, dude. That's exactly what I need. 10 bombs is outstanding for this point in the run. So there's no fear about running out of bombs for pretty much the entire run. The biggest concern is that PB level 9 was gold, so like that's pretty much gonna be impossible to compete with, but I'll do what I can here. Shit, I didn't grab the thing. Pain. I had the most brutal set of bench press today. Brutal because I got 9 reps and I went for the 10th rep and I sat at like the sticking point of the lift for like 10 seconds. I was trying so hard to get that 10th rep for like 10 seconds and the bar was just sitting there, but I wouldn't give up. It ended up like draining the shit out of me. So yeah, I used way more energy just trying to get that 10th rep than I normally would. It's a pretty good run. My recent history for bench at that weight is 3 sessions ago I got 10, 10, 7. So that was the best I've done. It took me a very long time to get 10 for the second set. But then last week it went to 10, 7, 7. So like I couldn't even come close to getting 10 twice in a row in that set. But then today it was 10, 9.5, I'm gonna call it. And then 6. Because that second set just took everything out of me and made me a lot weaker in all the rest of the sets. Yeah, I think that was 4 sessions ago. That was the session before I busted out the 10, 10, 7. So yeah, it's like the weaker, the day where I was, session where I was weaker was kind of like, I guess the body preparing to be stronger in a way. Dude, that fairy actually is pretty clutch. See how I'm like doing damage to everybody? This is extremely good. 6, I think. Maybe? I don't know. The time doesn't seem that great. I had the overworld mistake of not grabbing the bracelet correctly. Yeah, the stopwatch is no slouch. That helps a lot. Okay, yeah, this is gold for sure, so. Oh, wow, you even got the good pattern on him. That's good, but 19 seconds can definitely easily be lost in level 9, because that's just how good level 9 was in my PvE compared to the normal one. That was not a good start there. It's very easy to lose the run in level 8 too. 8 is the hardest for me to survive. And PB was pretty close to gold too. I mean 8 seconds, it's not that close, but I'd say most runs are more than 8 seconds from gold in this split, so 8 seconds from gold is still better than average for sure. Go. That helps. Alright, a lot of this is going to depend on just not getting my ass fucked in the rooms with the blue guys. Obviously, we don't want this guy to troll, which he did. Yep, now I'm over on the wrong side of the room trying to get him. And he dropped a heart that I really wanted, but didn't have time to go get. Please stay out of my way. Thank you. Pretty low health. That's not good. The lower my health gets, the more tempted I am to play safe, but like I gotta stop thinking that way. Like I gotta think like go fast or die. Like not survive at all costs. It's more like you gotta go fast. These guys are not behaving. I'm losing a lot of time here. Yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. This is fucked. Wow. Yeah, I'm fucked. One hit from the blue guy will kill me. So I gotta be like extra careful now. Would really appreciate a heart drop. They are not giving me those. Please don't hit me. There's a chance that I could survive this. Yeah, I think this is also just way too slow. Unfortunately, the first room with the blue armors guys was, or dark nuts, that was so slow. So they just like kept sort of moving away from me. Getting hit here is really bad. Please don't hit me. And then this next room is always clusterfuck. Like it's hard not to take damage here and be fast. Oh my god. Give me some space, will ya? Yeah, this run's fucked. This is just too slow, unfortunately. And the boss is likely to kill me if I'm not careful. That was pretty much luck that I survived that fight. Pretty much just luck. Yeah, the long heal, that was like at least 5 more seconds gone. Yeah, there's basically no chance that I don't lose time in this split here. And then of course the level 9 gold. There's pretty much 0 chance of PB, but it's possible. Could always just level 9 gold again. Level 7 itself has pretty much no variance ever. Like, it's always the same speed, because it's just like... You don't really fight anything in level 7, you just kind of... poot around from room to room. Pretty undecided on what's after this. Just thinking maybe I go do some rounds of OOT practice. This practice is boring and I want to do something fun. I do, but I'm not sure if it's coming from a genuine desire to play that game or more of like a guilt thing. And I don't want to do it if it's just because I feel guilty. It's not a good reason to play video games. I can pretty much promise that in practice sessions I'm gonna get that light arrow wrong warp like every single time I try it. So that's just how it goes. It's only in runs that it fails. It could be it, but I don't think so. I think it's more to do with the awareness of training wheels makes me feel comfortable and safe, and that leads to just like better just like regulation of myself. I don't know, it's hard to say because I still don't know why it fails, like most of the times when I fail it. Huh. Oh, Ron's still alive. I can just keep up with gold level 9 and I can PB again. But I would not be at all surprised if this ends up being like plus 25 or something. Ultimately, because level 9 was just that good in PB. Maybe in practice, maybe I could develop some kind of system for being more certain that the setup is correct. I'm not sure how to do that, but like... It all comes down to getting a particular angle. But like, you can't visually tell if you have the right angle. Like, variance and the angle are too small for the eye to perceive. So like I don't really know how to make it consistent. If only I could come up with another way of getting the correct angle that's maybe a little bit slower but more consistent. That's really bad. I cannot lose any more bombs. I have no bombs to spare. Cannot waste any more bombs. Alright, well at least we made it to the red ring without taking too much damage. That's always a good start. I've already lost a couple seconds on optimal. I don't think I can think of a single time where I felt that you weren't sleepy. I'm kidding, but yeah, you seem to be sleepy very, very often. I think even when we met IRL, you like hadn't slept well before that. This room is what's gonna pretty much determine how this goes. No, I can't afford that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, now, oh my god, I'm fucked. That probably just killed the run. But I kind of had to do that, because like, the bubble hit me, I couldn't swing my sword for like 4 seconds, and... I don't know. I have to get a lucky bomb drop now from a red guy. The red Wizardrobes can drop a bomb. That's the only way to continue the run, basically. Alright, well, yeah, now it's a dead run. It's a dead run. That took way too long. Hopefully I do still get the lucky bomb drop. Make it, like, somewhat close to PB. That's not a bomb. I gotta do an extra menu to go back to bombs, even if I get one. That's not a bomb either. Alright, we're in serious trouble, guys. There's 2 chances for a bomb to drop in the next room, and if it doesn't drop, then the run's over. No bomb. Cool. That song is not annoying or anything. Oh, really? I was already that far behind? Wow. That's good to know. It makes me care less about running out of bombs. Like, it's true that if I hadn't used the bomb I did in that one room, I would have lost, like, more than 5 more seconds because of that. Just like I kind of had no choice. I don't want to just practice. That's so boring. I don't know what to do. Yeah, but Final Fantasy VI is like a 6+ hour run. And I got like 5 hours at most remaining. Let's open up live splits, most recent splits. Look for ideas. Legend of the Infinite, Donkey Kong Country, Final Fantasy 3, yeah, right. Mario 64, maybe? Twilight Princess, too long. Final Fantasy 4 is kind of just the right length, but I don't know if I want to play that. Twilight Princess is too long, but I'd consider it if it were an option. This is a potential. Zelda 1 through 3, 100%. I don't know. Zelda 2 sucks now. Ninja Gaiden Black, of course. You can do normal run, which takes 2 hours. Majora's Mask is... You do any percent again, but that's kind of too cutscene heavy for the mood I'm in. Wind Waker is too long. Link to the Past, I kind of feel like playing, but like it's so impossible to PB now that like I don't really want to as much. So I just Ocarina of Time, you know, sort of any percent glitchless. That's about 4 hours long. That is also very, very cutscene heavy. That's about all I got. I think OOT 100%. Practice will just stress me out and piss me off. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really want to do OOT 100% practice. It's just that if I don't, then I'm rapidly getting further and further from being able to consistently do the tricks. But if I'm never going to run it, then it doesn't matter if I'm not good at them. Chrono Trigger would be nice, but that's too long. Four is the right length. There are a couple exciting parts. The problem is like 90% of it is like 100% consistent with like hardly any variation at all. It's like the majority of it is just mindlessly following a script with nothing like out of the ordinary happening. And then a final boss where that is exciting and bad shit can happen, which will just make me lose 20 plus minutes if it happens. And most of the shit that I really want to do is just a little too long to do on a weekday. Like, I'd play Twilight Princess, probably do Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger. Quest 64 is the right length. That'll probably take me like 3 hours, so it's like pretty good. And sorry I'm so indecisive. It's this is kind of the best option, I think. Hi, Max. Hi, buddy. Oh, sorry. How'd that happen? Sorry, Mr. Max. Knocked him off balance by scratching his ear. Why you gotta be so old, Mr. Max? Dude, Diddy Kong Racing, 100%. Talking about just follow the script kind of game with zero variance. I'm not gonna do Diddy Kong Racing, that game sucks. A 16-year-old ran a 3-minute 48-second mile. Now that's a speed world record to fucking be proud of. That's ridiculous, dude. How do you get so good at something at the age of 16? Alright, that's totally getting distracted. I really just don't want to do anything, dude. It's not good. People should want things. Good boy, Max. I'm going to leave it up to fate. Or not really, I'll leave it up to randomness. I'm gonna do a list randomizer to pick one of 4 options. It's either OT glitchless, Final Fantasy IV, Zelda Trilogy, or nothing. Here goes. Yeah, Zelda Trilogy. So that's what it's gonna be. Which means we get to play this game again. Thank you. I feel like if I cared about doing something meaningful tonight, like the right thing to do would have been to either practice OT or Fantasy 5. Sort of invest in the future kind of thing. But that is work, it's not play. Why you purring, Max? Stop being happy. That's not nice. You can't just be happy like that. talked to my sister, who's basically a vet, and she says that it doesn't make sense to give Max the appetite stimulant for only 5 days. So we kind of agree on that. It should be like continued till he's a healthy weight again, however long it takes. Well, I was discussing with her, it's like she kind of said the same thing. Try it and see if it works. And I'm like, what is works? Like, give me some data. How am I gonna know if it's working? Like, I don't have a scale for cats. And like, what's gonna determine if it's working is if I can get him like close to 10 pounds or something. But I guess I could do the thing where you weigh yourself and then you hold the cat and then weigh yourself again. It's definitely working in the sense that like he's going downstairs to eat a lot past couple of days since I gave him the medicine. But like he's always had a lot of eating sessions throughout the day. The question is, how much is he eating every time he starts to eat? You could go start to eat like 10 times throughout the day and every time not eat very much and still end up not gaining weight. So Bing Chang is streaming. Might want to go say hi to him. Haven't seen him stream in a long time. I don't know what he's playing. Something called Trackmania? No idea what that is. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't sound like my kind of game. What's up, Septic? Hopefully you're having a good time. Why you gotta go to the bottom of the screen, guy? having one of those "do I really want to be doing this" moments. Going over here. Why are you guys separating so much? Oh, cool. Is that gonna be enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just enough bombs. But I'm gonna have to do an extra menu because I'll use the 5th bomb. And I'll have to re-select bombs after I get more. Oh, because of nausea. Ugh. Gotcha. Hopefully it's just because he's eating too fast. Just still a problem, but not nearly as big as this cancer or some shit causing nausea. I can't picture what you're talking about here. Like, I don't know what an insert is. Other than something that you insert into something else. No. Can't picture that at all. Guys. guys. There's no way I'm playing Zelda 2 after this. I don't want to play that game at all. So kind of back to square one. I'll consider Link to the Past. Unfortunately, I'm only at about half energy right now. Unusually tired for this time of day and activity level throughout the day. What I want to do really is do the practice, like practice OT, practice Final Fantasy V. But I do not have the energy to do that. The smart thing to do would probably be to just put on my audiobooks and go lay in bed and sleep mad early. But that just means I gotta go to work tomorrow sooner. Well, I don't go to work, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I just feel like if I'm not practicing one of the two speedruns that like I actually have cared about recently, then there's no... It's just, this is a very meaningless run to me. I don't know. I don't want to do something meaningless right now. Either want something meaningful or something restful, which I guess is a way of being meaningful, because that's how you prepare for doing meaningful things. What the fuck? These are like Matrix bats. These bats were told. What is this movement pattern? I don't like this one bit. I need a bomb drop. I don't want to just give a middle finger to my biology and be like, you're wrong. I'm not really tired. But I don't think that works. Yeah, seems like some context is missing there, Mo. We got fucked again because of no bombs. Like, I can't go into the next dungeon yet. They won't drop bombs. I can't get any bombs, man. Hey, does this room have bombs? Over here? Oh. Shop, maybe? Oh. Actually, this room to the right is good. I don't really want to play anymore after this. There's like 3 minutes of looking for bombs. Alright. Too much bullshit has happened. Oh yeah, thanks for the bomb, guy. Yeah, now I don't need them. Don't listen to me. I had Indian food tonight. I still weighed the same today as I did like 10 days ago. A ton of damage to have taken in this dungeon. It's really unusual. Wondering if it is in fact the Indian food dinner that's making me so unusually sleepy. It's like my body's like, hey, we finally have resources to do shit with. Let's sleep so that we can do this shit. Not like today didn't start any earlier than a normal day. Really didn't have any more stress than a normal day. I feel exhausted as if it were like an extremely demanding day. Maybe that rep on bench press is taking its toll. 43? Jesus. Oh, you pictured that as holes? Interesting. Yeah, I never perceived it that way. Alright. I don't have energy left to do anything else. I'm sorry. Something's wrong with me today. I feel like I've been awake for like 24 hours straight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Getting too old. See ya.